this show going, man.
Hurry up, hurry up! Hurry up!
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Come on now. We're going to have action soon. Right here. It ain't going nowhere.
Boy, yeah, you got some technique, boy. You ain't show me that this summer.
Hey, why on tack?
Ball at the 5, third down and 2.
That was bad.
Let's go have some fun, bro. We ain't got to talk about too much.
He wasn't playing the ball.
It's holding!
Cliff, the Cliff. How is that not called?
That ain't going to call a damn thing.
What is the delay for? He's standing right there.
He's taking a card out. He's a piece of paper.
It's that close? Dear Lord.
Hello and welcome. We're the Aussie Guys. I'm AJ. Here with me is G. How are you, G?
Good, mate. Very well. Very well.
Lovely.
How's your week been?
Yeah,
You usually
good.
ask me how my week's been, so I'm going to ask you how
Oh,
your
that's
week's
lovely. Thank you. No, very busy. It's a busy time of year for teachers, exams, marking,
ready for your 3 months off.
reports. Oh, yeah. Well, you've got 3 months
been. You got
off.
to earn it. Is that what you're
Yes.
going to tell me? Don't tell me you're earning it.
It's
mate.
not 3 months off. Come on.
What is it?
It's about 2. But no, it's not 2. It's not really 2.
You're like professional sports people. You have like an off season, don't you? Just
An off season.
Yeah, a couple of months off.
Yeah, kind of. But no, it's a very, very busy time of year for all concerned.
Yep.
Students are busy studying, getting.
Now that you bring that up,
Yeah.
shout out to my daughter. She finished her VC exam this week.
Wow, that's
So,
fantastic.
round of applause.
Well
you
done,
never know how
Logs.
well you've done.
She doesn't
But,
listen to this, but
oh, yes, she does. That's why I'm giving the shout out.
she listens to this.
No, that was a lot of sarcasm.
Turn it up.
No, but yeah, it's been a big 6 years, and look, I must admit, compared to my son, who's at a boys' school, and my daughter went to an all-girls school, he gets hardly any homework.
That's what he says.
No, he does get homework, but it's whatever you don't finish in class, you do.
Okay.
She got homework from the day that she started
Right.
high school,
Okay.
and she has done it, mate. She has been an absolute. You couldn't ask any more of your daughter. Like the way she, no matter how she goes in the VC exams, and she'll do well. She has put in the effort, and all you can ask as a parent, no matter what your kids do,
Yeah.
is just give me some effort.
Correct.
Well, you're not doing it for me. You're doing it for yourself.
Yes.
We'll help you.
Yeah.
And she has done 6 years of serious effort.
Good on her.
So whatever happens, happens.
Well, I
But you've
hope
given
that-
yourself the best opportunity. That's what I said. You've given yourself the best opportunity to
Yes.
succeed.
And despite what some people say, which I believe is wrong when they say this, but it's not the end of the world.
No,
You know,
hell no.
It really, people make it a very big thing. The important thing, as you said, is she has tried her very best. And, you know, it probably will get her to where she wants to go, because I know where she wants to go.
Yes.
Probably be enough. But if it isn't, it doesn't matter. It's what you make of it.
Yeah, and look, there's always different
There is.
avenue ways to get into what you want to do. So,
Exactly.
all right, now we got drinks of the pod here.
Drinks of the
We put it
pod.
out a bit early,
We did.
just so people could go out. Then that's my bad because that was meant to go out on like a Wednesday, and
A little bit later on that. But
And
it's-
just slipped my minds a couple of days in a row. To be honest, that was a poor effort by.
Yeah, so what do
by
you got
me.
there?
I have got a ginger beer, the Royal Jamaican Man, and I can tell you, this is. I don't know what they've put in here, but here we go. No, it's by the Spice Traders. I can tell you right now that, mate, someone has put some serious spice in this.
Really?
This has got a little bit of a kick to it. Not, I don't mean alcoholic kick. I mean spicy kick.
If it's from Jamaica, it might have a different sort of kick in
Yeah,
it.
mate. Well do.
Who knows? And I've got the Dos Blocos. It's very nice.
I was actually going to get you a non-alcoholic drink.
Really?
Oh, because, mate, you got to man up. Your gifts that you send out are deplorable. They're
What?
childlike.
Oh, my gifts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fluffy cats, like kids' cartoons. And I don't mean the good cartoons like the Family Guy style.
yeah.
They're fine. They're
Simpsons
adult.
and stuff. That's fine.
Yours are like, I don't know, like Dora the Explorer. I have no idea what you're putting out.
But you know, I partly do it to annoy you.
I know you do. That's why you do it.
Oh, dear. Let's get into some NFL. So, 6 teams on the bye this week. This is another one of those big bye weeks. Bit challenging in some leagues, I reckon, filling your roster. Although,
We had the 6-team bye 2 weeks back.
yes,
That hurt me.
that was a bad one.
Yeah, and I actually got through it, and I did really well across the board.
Yeah.
But man, there was a lot of red buys on a lot of my teams that week. I'm only lucky probably I came up against teams in exactly the same,
Oh, yeah.
predicament that I found myself in. So
Because in fairness, when you read this list, it's not a lot of fantasy players.
especially from the quarterback position, there's
Not much.
You're not missing out at all, really.
No, Browns, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, and Niners. In related news, this week has possibly got the game of the year. Chiefs-Rams. But I'm just going to lead with the fact that it got moved. So it was going to be at Estadio Azteca, Mexico City. And
Nice
due to
pronunciation. Is that how you pronounce it?
Estadio Azteca. I probably should.
I tell you who's really good at this stuff.
Who?
Noah.
Is he
My son.
really?
Oh, mate, they play the FIFA.
Yeah.
And all the stadiums come up.
Yeah.
And he pronounces like I just look at it and go, I have no idea. And he just and mates, half of them don't even sound like they look.
Oh, does it say it in the intro? How
No.
they whiz in and they do like an intro to the game, and
I think we used to play. He plays FIFA now. We used to play Pez. Is the other one. Which
okay.
is really good.
Yeah.
I like that. And they used to, as part of the commentary,
Yes.
they'd introduce
here we
the
are
stadium.
today at
Yeah.
Estadio Azteca for this matchup. Yeah. Da-da-da-da. Due to poor field conditions, there'd been a concert, there'd been lots of rain.
Looked like someone poured acid and just killed it. Or
Shocking.
someone over-fertilised it. And if you over-fertilise grass,
Yep.
it goes black.
It's now been moved back to LA, so the LA Coliseum. The Rams had been training at altitude in Colorado Springs, but doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Back to LA.
Well, it's all positive.
I
You're
guess.
going to be fitter.
Yeah, I guess so. Now,
Damn, that's got some spice.
has it?
Oh, I'm not a spicy, but that... Whew.
Now, gee,
Holy shit.
I asked the question, could it be one of the highest scoring games of all time? The Vegas over-under has been set at a historically high 63.5 points. That's the betting line anyway, right? Vegas set their betting lines. They're very clever, right? They don't lose money in Vegas. I don't know if you know that.
It's not their job to do that.
Not their job to
Not
do
just
that.
handing it out.
No, but I thought I'd be interested to hear if you know. I printed out
The highest
10
scores?
highest scoring games of all time in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know or just guess the
Guess
point
one?
total
Okay. Of the highest?
of the highest game? The total points. What do you think it would be? If it's stupid, I'll just edit it out. If it's
No. I reckon
unrealistic.
something like maybe 51-48.
Okay, which would add up to, what, 99?
Yep.
You're pretty close because the fifth highest scoring game of all time was 99 points.
Okay.
That was between Seattle and KC in 1983. Equal Denver
What was the
Broncos,
score? You
Dallas
don't know?
Cowboys
Was that
in
close?
2013. No, I don't have that.
Okay.
I've only got the total. So the bottom from number 5 to 10 is 99, 99, 98, 96, 96, 95. So the top four. So what do you think is the highest?
Oof,
It's higher
now?
than that.
123.
No,
combined.
too high.
Too high?
Yep.
Okay. 115.
You're pretty close. 113
Okay.
is the highest scoring game of all time. That was the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins in 1966. So anyway, but I thought that'd be interesting. I mean, who knows?
Who says there was no offense back then?
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I was interested because you know how this NFL season continues to be record-setting in terms of scoring. Not one of these top 10 is from 2018.
Okay.
Not one. So, exactly, your point is like, we talk about how this is the age of the offense. Not one game. I mean, the latest one is 2015.
Did you look up college?
No.
Just to see what some. It's a weekly thing. 51-48.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that will be... Oh, man, that is going to be such a good game.
Let's hope so. There has been, there are games in the past that was meant to be high scoring and they end up being
letdowns.
Yes.
True. I thought I'd just.
Well, they're only
in.
a letdown from the fact that you build up the fact that they're going to be such a high scoring game, and they're just not.
Oh yeah.
Are they a letdown as a game? Probably not.
No, probably not. Speaking of which, another thing I thought I'd just slip in is MVP odds currently.
The Raiders suck.
Oh yeah, they do. MVP odds at the moment. Patty Mahomes is leading MVP odds at -125. That means you have to bet $125 to win 100. So he's like a strong favourite. Number 2,
Gurley.
No, Gurley's 3.
Number 2,
Number
Kamara?
2 is you got to think. Come on, it's a quarterback award.
Oh, it's a quarterback award.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
With Matt Ryan's number 2 on the quarterback list at the moment.
yeah, but it's
not Matt Ryan.
No,
So who else? Who
Drew
else?
Brees.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
Apparently.
Okay.
I like.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mahomes much more than Brees.
Yeah, well, Breeze has had some ordinary games.
Yeah.
And ordinary from the fact is that their offense didn't need to throw the ball around.
Yeah. Drew Brees is pretty close, and then a little bit of a gap to Todd Gurley. He's 3rd, and then you've got.
I find that really hard to believe. Like Todd Gurley's just outstanding, seriously outstanding every week.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's kind of criminal, really, isn't it?
It's incredible.
Anyway, then you've got 3 guys.
Paddy Mahomes, I get.
Yeah,
Because now we're getting used to what? 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and you go, yeah, whatever.
yeah. In fact, last week it was kind of semi-disappointing, and it was like,
Yeah, he threw 3.
yeah, but
What
it
did
wasn't.
he throw? Would he throw 300 plus again?
Yeah,
Not too sure.
But it was like it wasn't 400 yards and 5 TDs.
Yeah.
So we were disappointed. And then equal 4th, there are 3 guys. There's a bit of a tier gap to these guys.
Kamara?
Yes,
Has to be one.
Kamara's 1.
I'm trying to think of a wide receiver, but I can't think of one that would
There
be
is
in there.
2 more quarterbacks.
2 more quarterbacks?
Yes, neither is called Matt Ryan.
Really?
Yep.
Jared Goff wouldn't be one of them, would
No,
he?
he's not.
I can't think anybody else would be in there.
It's
It wouldn't
kind
be
of
Tom
debatable.
Brady, would it?
And this is don't tell a lie.
I'm really struggling to figure out quarterbacks.
This is to the minute.
I can
although
see Patty Mahomes.
one of these quarterbacks played today.
No way. Not
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers.
Real? Nah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Sorry. Mate, because Aaron Rodgers today, if you had him in your fantasy team and you had maybe a Goff or someone like that, which is actually, I spoke to the analyst today and he asked me, do I play Aaron Rodgers or Goff? I'd say, mate, in all honesty, I'd probably play Goff. Okay, now Aaron Rodgers put up about, 21 fantasy points.
He's all right.
And what he threw, 200, was it 300 yards and 3?
Yep.
Or high 200s, I can't remember exactly, somewhere around there. Or 2 touchdowns, 300 and something yards and 2 touchdowns, I think it might have been.
Okay.
20, mate, Goff could easily do that. And throw another touchdown in there also.
He would have done better with some better coaching,
Yes.
which leads into,
Oh, we're going to start straight off with that, are we?
aren't we?
No, if you want to do that, we'll go
Okay.
straight away before
By
the
the way,
games.
the other quarterback was Phillip Rivers.
You want to do the games first and zip through the games and then do...
coach's hot seat.
Yes.
Okay. We'll talk about coaches on the hot seat then. We'll come back.
Okay.
We'll come back and do that. Let's get into the games. Well, do you want me to start or do
You
you,
can
want
start. Fire away.
Okay. Well, listen, sometimes you've got to eat your vegetables before you get your cheesecake.
Okay.
So let's do Raiders cards. So
Yeah, that's Brussels sprouts, vegetables.
Yeah.
But there's people out there that love Brussels. I don't know who the hell you are, and there's something seriously wrong with you.
this is a serious
It
shit
probably
show.
smells a bit like that crap that I can't. Not the crap. I shouldn't say that. Bloody hell! If Vanessa, your wife, hears me say that about her cooking, but it wasn't about her cooking per se, was it?
No.
She was. What was she cooking? I
Kale.
walked in the house and said, "What is that? You smell? That's worse than sauerkraut."
Kale.
And I used to date a girl a long time ago whose parents were German.
Yeah.
And every time I walked in the house, it's
Smelled
making
like that.
Yeah, cabbage burner,
Ugh.
or cooking or boiling or whatever the hell they do to it.
No, that was kale.
It was kale.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was strong, and it got stronger
It
as we
is
walked
strong.
down towards the kitchen.
Yeah, you roast it. It's actually really nice. But anyway, so this is a shit show. I'm sorry, and I
Get out of
wrote
the way early.
I've written
Start nobody. Dumb.
pretty much. I'll be quick. Be quick. So the Raiders are 1-8. They're last in the AFC West. I wrote a question besides each of the teams I've written my preview about, and I wrote, who will they target with the number 1 pick? That's basically the only sort of suspense at the moment.
I think we already spoke about that, didn't we? And if they
Yeah.
had Khalil Mack on the other side, it'd be pretty handy.
It would be pretty damn handy. Derek Carr, the only question is, I sort of worry, is he the guy?
No.
That's the biggest worry. Doug Martin...
Not starting him.
No. Doug Martin, kind of cringe. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're desperate, maybe a flex. Jalen Richard,
No.
not really. Jordy Nelson, no.
I started Jordy Nelson 2 weeks in a row, and he's given me, I reckon, 2 lots of goose eggs. Or
Yeah.
1.3, I think, and a goose egg last week.
Yeah. Martavis Bryant...
Which I don't understand how you not throw the ball to...
Oh, it's
Jordy
crazy.
Nelson.
He's missing time with an injured knee.
Yeah, big deal.
Seth Roberts, Brandon LaFelt, no.
Yep.
Jared Cook, he's pretty much the only person
Yes.
you'd start on
Yep.
the whole team. Let's go to the cards. I wrote, team on the build. Will it happen soon enough for Steve Wilkes?
He might be on a list.
Yeah. Josh Rosen, he's shown flashes. It's hard to trust him fantasy-wise. I'd start him over Carr, though, if I had to. Choice of the two. David Johnson, woohoo! Boom, for the cannons. Let the cannons fire. Coming off a huge game, it's a great matchup, let's face it, for DJ. He'll keep the good times rolling. And Steve Wilkes, the promotion of Byron Leftwich to OC, getting rid of Mike McCoy, has been absolute magic.
It's not exactly hard to work it out, is it?
Well, no.
How about we give our best player on the offense
The ball. Revolutionary. Yeah. Larry Fitzgerald, good. Look, it's a good
Flex.
matchup. Fine, flex. Christian Kirk, a little bit more desperation play.
Look,
but
he
flex.
wasn't too great last week, but I think he's maybe the first half of this season he was better than he has been the last couple. He's
True.
been a little bit. But he's going to be a good player.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I totally agree. And Ricky Seals is coming off a nice game.
I don't know how you start him.
Well,
I haven't started. He's in a few of my team, and I just seriously can't put him in.
but in the tight end landscape, it's pretty thin.
But
You
even
might
in that
have to.
landscape,
Yeah.
I can't put him in.
Really?
Look, I must admit, I probably have someone who's a bit better,
Okay.
but you like to think that.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. It's thin as all get out.
Okay, so we'll go across to the Falcons and the Cowboys.
Oh, nice.
So the guy we were just speaking about a minute ago, Matt Ryan, number 2 QB, he's giving you an average of 24.3 fantasy points a game. So, mate, look, coming off a game last week that was sort of perceived as probably not one of his better games, mate, he still gave you 20.5 fantasy points. So I looked at the Falcons after the way they played the 3 prior weeks, or prior games, I should say, because they had a bye in there. It was a bit of a letdown, especially from a Falcons fans. Going to the Browns, you expected to... No, I'm not saying they're going to wipe them off the park, because the Browns have been a lot better this year, and they have been better defensively at home. But, yeah, our defense really got shown up. And, Nick Chubb, what was it, 92, 91 yard?
Yeah.
Love it. Did I not say ride Chubby to the end?
Ride Chubby to the
Yeah,
end, but
gotta
how
love
did the Falcons lose to the Browns, honestly?
Not the way they've been playing. It was a bit of a surprise. It really was. So, look, Matty Ryan, you're going to start the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been really good, though. They haven't let a team score more than 28 points so far this season, and 6 of those 9 that they've played already have been 20 or less. But going in Matt Ryan's favour, as long as the wide receivers we'll get to, is the fact that the Cowboys have given up a completion rate of around almost 70%. It's like 69.5%.
Wow.
Whatever.
Okay.
So you're starting Matty Ryan. Tevin Coleman, he's probably an RB2 start this week. He went from 27.6 fantasy points one week to 6.3 last week. So a little bit of a drop in the fantasy production there, but you're going to roll him out as your RB2.
Yep.
And the Cowboys over the last 4 weeks, and maybe, I don't know, Van Der Esch is looking fantastic.
He is.
Sean Lee, who?
Yeah.
No, seriously. I know the Cowboys fans love Sean Lee, and they
He's brilliant.
are a better team, but mate, Van Der Esch is going to be a linebacker there for. He's going to make some. He's going to make some money.
He's put together with sticky tape.
Yeah, he looks,
Sean Lee.
Yeah, but they have given up in the last 4 weeks. They have given up 408 yards and 3 TDs to running backs. So Edo Smith, mate, I couldn't even put him in as a flex this week. As far as wide receivers go, Julio, obviously, mate, he's on a TD feeding frenzy now. Here we go. But the Cowboys have been really good. I think they have one of the lowest over 20 yards passing
Really?
completion rate.
Yes.
If that makes any sense. I
It
should have
does.
written that down. That was just off the top of my head, and usually things don't work out that well when I actually write them down either. So, look, the Cowboys over the last 4 weeks are number 4 against wide receivers. They've only given up 411 yards, 0 TDs.
Wow.
So I think that number will change this week, obviously. Who will get them? Mate, honestly, I don't have any idea. I have no idea. It makes sense. Julio, you put your money on that, possibly. Calvin Ridley, it might be a bit more of a Matt Ryan's playing Alex Smith type role this week.
Maybe.
Mohamed Sanu, he falls into that category too if he just goes short passing down the field, and Austin Hooper definitely comes into that. But as we know, with the tight ends, if you got one, you play
them.
Okay. Dak Prescott is a QB2 probably, with a good chance of being a QB1 against the Falcons, because most people probably usually are going. They could be a QB4 going against the Falcons, and they end up being a QB1 at the end of the week.
Look, before you mention the next guy...
No. Hold on. I'm not going to mention the next guy yet.
Oh, can you wait before you mention the next guy?
Okay. Now, look, the presence of Mari Cooper has opened up the offense.
It has.
And not so much from a scoring point of view per se, but if you just watch the games, Dak Prescott, I think the offensive line has improved over the last couple of weeks as well. They are giving him a bit more time.
Yep.
And with Cooper there, it has. You can see Cole Beasley has a little bit easier time. Someone else we're going to talk about before we mention it, he's getting more of a chance. So the guy I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, the obvious one. I just wanted to slip in that I don't know if you listened to Matt Waldman's RSP cast. And his latest one that he did, he just talked about his top 5 running backs in his mind in the NFL right now. Yep. Number 1 was your guy.
Zeke.
Correct.
So he's after last week. What a show he put on.
Yeah.
He really did. And I think, look, like I said, it's not just him as well. I think the offensive line and the fact that Amari Cooper's there and the offense is more open, this is exactly what Zeke wants. And, mate, just give him the goddamn ball. Seriously. They fed him. That's what happens. Like, it's Scott Linehan just, you want to keep your job? Yeah. How do you keep your job? Give Zeke the ball. We got to give it to Zach because he's got to give it to Zeke. And like I said, Mari Cooper going to start. He's had 18 targets in the last 2 games, and he's looking better with Jerry's boys than he ever did. Well, I can't say he ever did at the Raiders, but
lately, yes.
This year,
yes.
And look, the Falcons are allowing 2 PPR points per target. They're averaging. So that's not great. It's the 5th highest in the NFL. And let's face it, there's not too many corners that can really cover someone that the route running ability is. Mari Cooper this week.
No.
Cole Beasley, maybe a sneaky sort of flex PPR guy only.
Yep.
I'd put him in there for. He's had 9 targets in 2 weeks, and that's equal with the other guy, Michael Gallup, who's probably, if you stick him in there, you got to hope for a touchdown, and that hasn't been his forte so far this season.
No.
Alan Hearns, don't even worry about it. He's had 3 targets in the last 2 weeks, and he's pretty much the forgotten guy that they brought in there.
I agree.
Tight end is, just move on. Nothing to see here. Okay,
next game up. Titans at Colts. Or, as you texted me,
I just abbreviated everything, so it made it quicker for me.
Colts v Tits, you said.
I thought you would have worked that out. Or you just wanted to, you knew what it was?
Yeah, I knew what it was, but I just thought it was funny. So let's start with the Titans. They're 5-4 and second in the AFC South. Who could have thought, who would believe that they'd have a positive record for a start and second in the AFC South? And the question I wrote was, who is Marcus Mariota? I mean, you were calling him a bust like 3 weeks ago.
I was calling him a bust before the start of the year. I said he's going to be a bust.
Yes, you did.
Do I have to eat my words?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. He started to find his groove. The Colts pass D is
he a bust,
not brilliant.
Or did I mean that he's a bust as a...
For where he was picked?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a different question.
I'll go with that one because at the moment I'm safer with that one.
All right. Anyway, should have a good game. The running back core, you kind of, I don't know. Derrick Henry, he's coming off a huge game, but he's really TD dependent.
I reckon he scored both of those TDs from like total of 3 yards.
Yeah, so it's sort of a big no, really. Dion Lewis, who, talked a lot of smack, but he didn't really do much
after
in the game.
After the game.
Yeah, I know.
What did you get for, what was it, for
That's what you
Going
get for
cheap.
not going cheap or something, he said.
For going cheap.
But it's like,
He didn't do much during the
Come on,
game,
Lewis.
exactly.
It
But
wasn't
look,
really-
the offense does look better when he is the feature back.
yes, I agree. Look, it's a good matchup. So, Dion Lewis is probably all right to play. Corey Davis is coming off a big game. It's a good matchup for him as well. He's worth a gamble. Not really anyone else. Taywan Taylor, Tajay Sharp, Jonnu Smith is coming off a decent game. And, he was one that was on our radar pre-season, thinking he's the heir apparent to Delaney Walker. If you're desperate at tight end, you could roll the dice.
He was someone brought up when he came out.
Yes.
In our tight end preview.
Correct. Now, this is an AFC South matchup, and actually it could be very interesting because right behind the Titans in the AFC South are the Colts at 4-5. And the question I wrote was, can they make a run in the South? Because if they win this game, they'll be on the same record. They'll be on a 5-5 record with the Titans. Got the Texans ahead of them, but I mean,
They can.
sure. Andrew Luck is
Andrew
Andrew
Luck.
Luck.
And if they could get another, maybe another 2 tight ends on the field. They don't need wide receivers.
This is where it comes to the bit of the issue. So, anyway, Andrew Luck, yes. He's at home. He's been rolling. Yes, play him. Marlon Mack, hard to trust. Titans' run D's pretty good. I wouldn't play him.
How did he go? Sorry, how did he go last week, Marlon Mack?
I don't know, actually.
The weeks prior, he was giving you 20-plus fantasy points.
Yeah, I don't think he had a good week last week. Naheem Hines is more of a dynasty and PPR guy.
Yep.
He's not... I don't know if they're using him as much as they could be. He's got kind of flex appeal, but it's sort of desperation flex appeal almost.
Agreed.
TY, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, it's a poor matchup for him, actually, but it's too good to sit him. None of the other receivers, they're all just kind of... Ryan Grant, Dontrell Inman, Chester Rogers,
not starting
no. But Eric Ebron, yes. Coming off another monster performance. You just play him all the time. And Jack Doyle kind of is a riskier play. I reckon he's...
Jack Doyle between the 20s.
Yes. Jack Doyle is a
Boom,
better
Ebron. And
tight end
Well, he's playing more
than
snaps.
Eric Ebron.
He's probably getting more snaps. He's probably getting more targets.
Yes.
But Ebron's showing that, mate, I don't need that many targets to do what I need to do.
Well, Eric Ebron's a better wide receiver than Jack Doyle, maybe. But Jack Doyle's a better tight end.
I think Jack Doyle's a better... he's probably a better tight end.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
But Ebron's just a better scorer.
Yeah, he is, for sure.
He's a better red zone guy.
He is. Anyway, that was it.
Okay, all right. So let's go on to the Saints and the Eagles.
Ooh. That's a good game. There's almost two sorts of games this week. There's good ones, which are close to call,
Yep.
and there's crap.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Now, the Saints' offense basement score this year has been 21 points, and the ceiling last week was 51. So there's the range that they're working in, right?
Right.
And 5 times already this year they have been 40-plus points. So Drew Brees, start. Simple. Don't think about it. These are ones you don't have to think. Kamara, start.
Of course.
Ingram, you're going to start him as a number 2 running back, so you're going to start him.
Of course.
Because everybody's playing 2 running backs.
He runs hot and cold, though.
Yep. But he's in an offense that probably they still want to run the ball.
Yes. You play him, of course.
You play him.
Yep.
Michael Thomas, start.
Of course.
Traquan Smith, possible flex. He's sort of an each to week. Do I play him? Do I not? Do I take the good with the bad, or do I just not play him at all? And then when he blows up or gets a touchdown and gives you 15 fantasy points, you just go, and he's sitting on your bench. You go, okay, that's the risk you take, and that's only. Mate, I don't think anybody can determine whether or not he's going to get the ball or not.
Didn't they sign Brandon Marshall?
They have signed Brandon Marshall. Sneaky people went and picked him up.
Is that a bit of a threat to Traquan Smith?
Oh, I think he's come in to do what they were hoping that Meredith was going to be.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's why they got Dez. Because Dez came in to do what Meredith has come, and now Marshall's come in to do what Meredith and Dez couldn't do.
Yes.
And Dez because of the Achilles, obviously. So, look, mate, I'd maybe stick him in a flex, but when you're playing on offense that's putting up like 51 points, But the problem is he didn't see a target all last week. So
That's a
it's
killer.
It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when do
Not one target.
when do I play him? I don't know. I've got him, and I have no idea when to play him. I think I'll play him this week and see what happens. If I don't get anything out of him, I don't get anything out of him.
If you had one catch and he had 7 targets, you'd be like, yeah, I can play.
Yeah, I'm playing. But no targets last week. Unbelievable. 51-point game. Benjamin Watson, yes, he's 13 targets, he's 13 yards. Had a poor showing against the Eagles, but look, mate, he's giving an average of like 4.8 fantasy points at the moment. That's an average.
Yes.
But he's got the upside of a touchdown, any given week. On the other side of the ball, we have the Eagles. So Carson Wentz, he's averaging 20 fantasy points a week. And the Saints D has allowed the second most passing yards.
Wow.
So that probably helps Wentz out a little bit. And Wentz looks okay. I don't think he's looking outstanding yet.
Right.
But there's always more room for improvement, obviously. He has thrown 2 TDs in every game, except his return game. Twice he's thrown 3. Mate, he's having the struggles hold on to the football. Though. He has lost 5 fumbles this year already.
Ugh.
Now, if you have a scoring system that I think most scoring systems detract fumbles.
Yes, usually.
So I know some league we play and doesn't even interceptions don't count, which is great.
Yeah, that is good.
So there we go. So 4 out of 5 of his past games have been 20 fantasy points plus. So you're going to start Carson Wentz. Corey Clement, I can't start.
No.
I have no idea about this backfield, to be honest. Wendell Small would possibly be a flex. To me, Josh Adams still looks the best running back.
Right.
But it's getting the least amount of touches.
Okay.
Seeing the least amount of snaps. And his snap count's well behind the other two of Smallwood and Clement. So I have no idea. Jeffrey is starting. Nelson Aguilar.
No, I don't think so. Don't think you can.
Can't even put him in the flex position?
I don't think so.
There's a lot of flexes we talk about. But
yeah. I don't think you can.
Golden Tate.
Yeah.
He burned you if you started him last week.
I know. But yes.
Especially after when he was at the Lions, he absolutely destroyed the Cowboys, didn't he?
Yes,
when
he
played
did.
Him?
Yeah.
Anyway, and Zach Ertz is a definite start.
Of course.
Roll him out.
All right. Panthers at Lions. There's another one from the Animal Kingdom. We had one last week from the Animal Kingdom. Panthers at Lions. Who wins out of Panthers and Lions, G? Lions are much bigger, you know.
Yeah, Lions are bigger than the Panther.
But Panthers can go up trees. Lions can't climb trees.
Are they Black Panthers too, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a Black Panther. They can hide.
They can hide, yeah.
Close your eyes, can't see me.
Yep, true.
Don't smile.
If it's in the savannah, there's no trees around, probably lions.
Where the Panthers roam?
Ooh.
That's a good question. Do they ever cross paths?
Panthers and lions, probably
Yeah,
not.
no.
Panthers are usually in, like, mountainous areas, aren't they?
I think so.
I think so. But, you know, they're a lot lighter than lions.
You should look this stuff up before you start
I
bringing
did
it
look up some of it, yeah,
Okay.
anyway. Panthers are 6-3 and they're second in the AFC South. And a question, little comment. Well, this is more comment than a question. I wrote, North Turner, we all laughed at you and we're sorry. A little bit.
Yeah, we have to.
Because honestly, I
Takes
thought
a big man to apologise, AJ.
it was going to be a disaster, and I'm not the biggest North Turner
No,
fan
you're not.
in the world.
You have good reason to be not a fan of North Turner.
And when I saw that he was going to be OC of the Panthers, yeah, I did giggle a little bit. I thought, what a terrible move. But I think we have to take that back.
Old dog new tricks.
Yes. And some of those new tricks are going to be
A
listed
bit like a few girls I dated.
just after... I don't know what to say. I think I'll just keep going. Cam Newton. Now, the Lions' pass D is good, but Cam's ability to run...
Mate, just start him.
He's going to just burn them.
Just start him.
Yes. Christian McCaffrey, ditto.
Oh.
He's going to make mincemeat of him.
Oh. Mate, I've got him on a couple of teams. I've never owned him, and just redraft teams. I picked him up. I've never owned him.
Yeah.
Thank
Happy
you.
days.
Oh, yes.
Now, the prospects go down from there because Devin Funchess, look, the Lions have got a good pass D. I don't think I wouldn't want to start him. DJ Moore's shown flashes, just not time yet.
Okay.
I just don't think it's time yet. Greg Olsen, though, is probably the other person to start. This could actually be a very good week for Greg Olsen, and even though I sort of have my reservations with him as a whole, I think this could just be... I think Lions D are not going to really be able to cope with his play. So
They look terrible this year, the Lions.
yeah, they do. So let's go to the other side. The Detroit Lions, they're 3-6. They're bottom of the NFC North. The question I wrote was, has the Matt Patricia experiment been a failure?
Oh, I think it has.
Or is it too early to call?
No. I'm calling it. I'm calling it now.
Calling it now.
Yeah, call it now.
All right.
Pull the plug. Turn off the life support.
Matt Stafford, he's been inconsistent, but he's been better at home, and they are at home. And the Panthers have had
He's
some
gone
issues.
backwards this year.
He has, I agree.
Seriously backwards.
Yeah.
On all the improvement he's made over the last 2 or 3 years to turn around that sort of flaky sort of quarterback-ish.
Yeah.
And this year it's just fallen apart.
Exactly. So you start him, but there's better options.
Oh, yes.
Much better options. Kerryon Johnson, coming off a big game. This is a good defense, though, but you still start him.
He's got a bit of an ankle issue. I think.
Oh, really?
I think he might have turned up on the on the medical list.
I didn't see that.
Just keep an eye on that.
Okay. Theo Riddick, look, he's not getting a lot of touches. His receiving skills do come into play, especially with Tate gone. Kenny Galladay, all day Galladay.
Got to throw it to somebody.
Absolutely. Coming off a big day. And Marvin Jones is actually banged up. He's dealing with a knee injury. So I don't know if he's even going to play. He may not play. And the rest of the receiving now, Brandon Powell, TJ Jones, I picked up various of these guys when Tate was traded. No, is the answer. I was hoping to catch lightning in a bottle. Didn't get a spark. Luke Wilson, no. Michael Roberts, no. That's
I was
it.
going to say, did you work on that all day today? That lightning in the bottle
spark.
didn't get a spark?
Oh, no, all day is a bit of an exaggeration. Couple of hours.
Hours? Nice.
Yeah. Over to you.
Okay, so we'll just go Bears-Vikings. So let's go to the Bears first, and we have Mitch the Truth Trubisky.
What another cracker of a game.
Oh.
Try to pick that. Who's going to win? I don't know.
I have no idea. I really don't. And look, at the Bears are at home, Soldier Field.
You'd probably go Bears then, I suppose.
Well, I like the Bears at home. The Bears have been great. The defense at home has been outstanding.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
pick.
Look, the Vikings D against quarterbacks are number one over the last 4 weeks.
Whoa.
They've only given up 569 yards, taken away 4 interceptions for 2 TDs.
Oh, they got Griffin back, of course.
They
Which is
do
great.
this week.
Daniel Hunter.
Damn, because one of the guys I'm playing against, he's on that many buys, and guess I scroll down and see him on his bench, and he can fill a few spots with guys like that, and thinking, I'm in trouble this week. So I don't want to drop guys. You know, in the bye weeks, you have guys that you just don't want to move off your roster, so you're just going to have to suck up a couple of positions. You're not going to start anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to take a lot and just pray to God that the rest of them can cover.
Yes.
But, I could be giving away, 30 points. So, in an IDP league.
But you've got to play the long game.
Well, yeah. Well, I can afford to.
Yes.
So, that's
Okay.
what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Look, running backs, Jordan Howard. This might be a run game. This could be a ground game, possibly on both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. And he could be a very good option this week. And with Tariq Cohen, the sort of splitting last week, they split the touches. Oh no, what I'm saying is that the passing back against and the rushing back against this Vikings defense, 50-50. In the last 4 weeks, they've given up 200 yards rushing and 200 yards receiving.
Really?
So it's like, who do I play? Do I play Jordan Howard? You're probably starting both of them in some form.
Depends who you have.
Yes. Wide receivers. Over the last 4 weeks, the Vikings have only given up 298 yards, and they also have not given up a TD.
Okay.
And these are the guys that they've been up against. They've been against Matt Stafford, the Lions with Jones and Golladay. Drew Brees with Thomas and Traquan. Sam Darnold, you probably don't. I can't think of a wide receiver in New York. No? Okay.
Robbie Anderson, I
and the Cards with Kirk and Fitzgerald and Rosen as quarterback. So they haven't given up any TDs to any of those guys.
Right.
Now, Tariq Cohen leads the team in yards and receptions.
Man.
So there you go. So Gabriel, Mate, this is where we go in the flex option again. If you want to play him, that's the only spot I could put him. I couldn't put him in as maybe number 3.
Yeah.
If you have to play 3. Robinson's coming off a massive game last week of 133 yards and 2 TDs. So, mate, you're just going to have to keep rolling with that, aren't you?
Yep.
A hot hand. And Miller.
Yes.
Do you roll him out?
Yeah, why
You
not?
do?
Flex.
Yeah. He's a flyer, though.
He's
in
a
that
flyer,
position.
for sure.
And Trey, it's called the tight end pulse. Trey Burton's got one of those, and he's a tight end, so you're going to throw him out there. But the Vikings over the last 4 weeks have only given up 66 yards and 1 TD to tight ends.
Really? Ooh.
Okay, on the other side, the Vikings. Now, the Bears D this year leads in interceptions with 16, and is second in turnovers with 24.
Wow.
So Kirk Cousins, you're going to start? Well, yeah, you have buys this week. So Kirk Cousins, you probably start him even if there weren't buys.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to roll him out.
Yep.
But, yeah, expectations should be lowered. The Bears D at home this year has been tough. These are the points they've given up. 17, 10, 10, 22, but they did give up 38, but that was against New England.
Okay.
And a little bit harder with Brady.
Right.
So Cousins has thrown 5 interceptions out of his 9 games and has only thrown 7 TDs in the last 5.
Oh.
And only once in that time frame with 20 points. So in his last 5 weeks, he's thrown 20 points once, 14, 16, 17, and 6.
He's worth every cent, obviously, of the squillion million
Yes.
dollars that he got.
Dalvin Cook returned last week, 109 yards from scrimmage, gave you 14.9 PPR points. You're going to start him.
Yep.
Latavius Murray, the receptions will probably disappear a little bit with Cook. He's a better catcher out of the backfield. They split the carries 50-50. They had 10 each. But Murray got the TD last week.
Yep.
And maybe that's where it comes down to. Once we get down inside the red zone, that maybe Murray's a guy. And maybe in the end, that's what you have to rely on. If you rely on that, he's going to get more and harder to start each
You're
week.
going to have
if
better
you're relying,
options,
if you're
aren't
relying
you?
on, yes, you are. The Bears have only given up 1 TD on the ground and 3 through the air to RBs in the last 4 weeks. So that probably helps Dalvin Cook a little bit more.
Yeah, my word.
Thielen, start him. Just be careful. He had limited practice this week. He's got back and ankle problems. Diggs, back to full practice. Fire him up.
Beautiful.
Kyle Rudolph. Now, I'm going to call the tight end, I'm going to call it the TEP protocol.
The what?
The TEP, T-E-P-P protocol.
Okay.
For tight ends. So, it's called the tight end pulse policy.
Right.
So, if they have one, they are starting.
If they're alive and they're a tight end,
You
they start them. Let's go to Broncos at Chargers. The Broncos are 3-6. They're third in the AFC West. The Raiders are keeping them afloat. The Raiders are protecting them from the ultimate dishonour of being last in the AFC West. And I wrote down, is their next quarterback in the NFL right now? Put it this way. Would John Elway go back to the draft for a quarterback?
Mate, seriously, I'd probably be saying, John, how about you just go and sit quietly in the corner? We're going to go look for a QB.
Right.
A bit like the, is it Dr. Evil?
Yeah.
With,
Zip it.
Zip it.
Yeah.
Just, John, quiet. Sit there. If you're not going to be quiet, I'm going to ask you to leave the room.
That is one of the funniest things. You know that whole thing where his son Scott is talking and he's like, and he does all the variations of the zip it there. It's so funny. Case Keenum. He's been very inconsistent. It's actually a decent matchup, and they will be playing sort of catch up with the Chargers. Desperation option, Philip Lindsay, great play. The only thing that's frustrating is Freeman and Booker. Now, Freeman is battling an injured ankle. He hopes to return. Let's hope he doesn't.
If you're a Lindsay owner.
Yes. And the Lindsay run home is gold. Absolute
Love
gold.
it.
Manny Sanders, sure, yes. He's capable of busting out and he just soaks up, especially PPR, he soaks up the receptions. Cortland Sutton, look, fantastic. He's still a rookie, though. Got to remember that. I wrote risky start, but the future's so bright you got to wear shades. See, a bit of Corey Hart reference.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay,
Wasn't a fan.
one hit wonder. Jeff,
Mate, I'd love to have one. You'd have to work again. Imagine the royalties popping in just off one big hit.
no, I think Corey Hart had to work again.
He had to.
I think
He
so.
probably has. Okay, maybe it wasn't as big. It's probably not getting the airtime these
Different
days.
in the 80s. Now you have one hit on, and you put it on Spotify and all those things, and you just make $1 billion. Of
Do you get royalties off Spotify?
course you do. Every time it gets played. My word.
Okay.
Not
I
our
don't know
stuff.
how the Spotify thing works.
We're on
to be honest.
Spotify, by the way.
We're not getting any royalties.
No.
And if the check's coming to your joint, it's not coming to mine.
We are not getting any money, but we are on
For the
Spotify.
love.
Yeah. Jeff Hyman, coming off a big game. And again, it's the tight end pulse thing. He's got an iffy track record. Tep. I'm not a massive
Tep
fan
policy.
of him as a talent, but meh, whatever. Let's go to the Chargers. 7-2.
Oh,
Second in the AFC West. And the question I wrote was, the road to the Super Bowl goes through KC. Is this a mountain that's going to be too high for them to climb?
no, they look
That's the
good.
ultimate.
Who are the two losses to?
One's to the Chiefs.
And the other one was the other one to New England?
I'd have to check that. But they lost to the Chiefs, I think it was like week 1 of the season. So that was very early days.
Write that off.
Write that off.
Yep.
They play the Chiefs again. I don't know when that is. Should have looked it up. Phillip Rivers, Mr. Underrated. Look, the Broncos have got a good pass D. Let's give them that. But Rivers, you start. He's a great starting option all the time. Melvin Gordon, dude. That's all I wrote. I just wrote, dude. Of course. That guy is also underrated, isn't he? He's underrated.
I've got Gordon in a fair few of my teams.
Yeah.
But then I looked and it's a J in front of it. Damn.
Bit different. Austin Eckler, his role's been a bit small of late. He's really just a handcuff to Gordon at this stage, I think. Keenan Allen, you know what? He doesn't feel like he's got the ceiling of other top-tier wide receivers, but he's damn consistent. So brilliant. Tyrell Williams, now, risky playing him. Here's a little sneaky thing, though, G. He actually is a free agent next year, Tyrell Williams. He could land somewhere and be a legit number 2 in an offense.
A little bit of ching-ching.
Yeah.
Maybe in his back pocket.
Yep, because you see, they've got Mike Williams, so I think Tyrell will walk.
Do they have Mike Williams?
What do you mean, do they have
Do
Mike?
they?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
They just never bloody look at him.
No, they don't.
I know, it's annoying.
Like, seriously?
As all get out. He's flashed the goods, he just needs time. They just don't seem to trust him. And then at tight end, no. Antonio Gates, Virgil Green, it's a big NO. Contrary to Tep. There.
Rams.
I raise you your Tep
Rams.
and I say, Your Honour, in the defence, I give you Antonio Gates and Virgil Green. Mic drop. Boom. Case closed. Those guys are
Do I
horrible.
win?
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
you mean the Tep policy?
against the Tep. Yeah.
Mate, Gates is so old.
Yeah.
Mate, the pulse is like really like 1 beat per minute.
It is at this stage.
It was the Chargers lost to the Chiefs and the Rams.
Oh, fancy
there you
that. There's no shame in that.
No, hell no.
Gee.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh.
All right, let's move on. We got the Bucks and the Giants.
No.
Okay, for the Giants, Eli Manning. Well, look, you gave a look, mate. Eli Manning looked good. He looked like a quarterback last week because he had time to throw from the pocket, mate. He can't.
That was the 90s.
The hash marks are like electric fences, and once he goes out, his brain just gets fried. He can't work outside them. He just doesn't. He's never really been that great outside the pocket.
But that was the Niners, let's be fair, last week.
It was okay, but you got to, mate. It's just who you play against each week.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, he looked better last week, and he's shown that you give him a little bit of time, and he will find a target.
Yep.
He still has that capability. So, do you roll him out this week? Probably not. But then
No.
again, the Bucks, mate, you go have a look at the Bucks and you go have a look at fantasy points against, and they are at the top. I'm not saying they're right at the top, but mate,
Close. Yeah.
they're like your thumb widths down. That's how close they are to the top. Barkley, mate, just start him and look. Add to the fact that Levante Davis got a sprained MCL, so his status is probably in doubt. Just add that to take him out of the linebacking core.
Quan Alexander's on IR, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's a start. Odell Beckham coming off the 73 two-touchdown game, gave you 23.3 PPR and 19.3 in standard.
And all the OBJ owners were like, finally.
Yes. Start him this week. Shepherd, mate, he's a flex, but, mate, he got the TD last week.
Yeah.
And that you need that from him
Yep.
to get anything out of him because he had 3 targets and 9 yards.
Right.
Ingram, I read somewhere that someone said that, who obviously didn't watch the game, saying that the targets are up now with Ingram and this is a good sign, mate. Those targets all came
Garbage
in like
time.
not garbage time because the game's up for grabs.
Oh, I guess true.
but
It's
they
like
all
last
came in
drive.
like the last like 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're waiting for, you're going to be pulling your hair out. But then the Bucks are 31st against tight ends, and they have given up the most yards, and they've given up 5 TDs. Just put that for the little bit of a cherry on top.
Yep.
So that's it for the. So are you going to start Ingram?
Yeah.
We're going to. The TEP policy is
In effect.
in effect. Thank you. I
Yes.
was going to say invoked, but that doesn't work.
Invoked.
Thanks for having the teacher next to me. On the Bucks side, Fitzpatrick edited out last week for 9.9 yards an attempt, threw for 406 yards, and they scored 3 points.
Oh, really?
3 points. Oh. And he threw it, he just yarded out. And look, the Giants D has been really good against quarterbacks. I put down some team players that they've played against, but then it's quite weird. I don't know how the fantasy points work when you start looking at what the quarterbacks have actually done against them. There must be some really bad ones in there to average it all out.
Yep.
But they are getting a fair few interceptions, so look at it that way. But I don't think anybody's going to... You possibly could start the Giants D, but you'd be scared that Fitzpatrick would come out and light it up.
Yeah. Who
That's
knows?
pretty
Yep.
Peyton Barber, no.
Nah.
Even though the Giants in the last 4 weeks are 29th against running backs, averaging 25.2 fantasy points and giving up 6 TDs, I just can't start Peyton Barber. I'm sorry.
No.
Jacquizz Rodgers looked better last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good luck with either of those. Maybe start him in the flex, keep your fingers crossed and just hope for the best.
Yep.
And now the Giants have allowed 1 TD to wide receivers, and they've only allowed 6 touchdowns all year. Which is, you wouldn't think that, would you?
No.
Really?
No.
Just that their offense hasn't been able to do anything, so let's not blame the defense. Mike Evans, mate, he's getting to the point where I put him in because he's Mike Evans.
Of course. Can't sit him.
Mate, he's had 4 receptions on 16 targets in the last 2 games for a total of 67 yards.
Right. I know it says 16 targets. What's the quality of ball like, though? Is he just making bad drops, or...?
Mate, he's putting down some balls. No, they're not all good. I'm not going to put it all on him, but he's putting down some balls that he should catch. It's your job to catch it. You're a big guy.
And one of the best wide receivers in the entire league, Mike Evans, so...
Deshaun Jackson, probably easy to start in PPR. I couldn't stand him in start. And look, he's become to the point where he's got to give you a touchdown or he's not worth even starting.
Yep.
Chris Godwin didn't practice on Wednesdays. Keep an eye on that with the ankle injury. He's coming off a 7 targets, 7 catches, 103-yard game. So you might roll him out this week.
Yep.
In PPR, definitely, if you're doing that.
Oh.
If you're catching everything thrown your way. Humphreys, I can't start him. He shows you something, but I'm not going to trust it every week.
No.
And OJ Howard, that's a definite, isn't it?
He's looking really good.
Mate, he wasn't targeted at all last week, really. But let's not blame him for that. I don't really care. I'm starting him.
Of course. Of course. Right. Steelers at Jags. Last year, this would have been a cracking game. Steelers 6-2, atop of the NFC North, and I wrote for the Steelers, can they compete with the top tier in the AFC? That's the big question. Is the answer yes?
Steelers?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Held yeah. Okay, fine.
Mate, that defense is playing really well.
Their defense is
really well.
Yep. Look, I'll keep this quick because there's lots of names. So, Big Ben, sure, but he's on the road. Got to remember that.
I'm still starting him.
But still, okay. James Conner, yes. Keep an eye on the concussion. He's expected to play, though. Keep him rolling. AB, yes, of course. Juju, of course. You do that. Vance McDonald, Jesse James, you're taking a chance on either. It's kind of risky. Is this the Tep thing?
Vance
over Jesse?
Yep, Vance is a very, very good athlete. He's a good tight end.
Very underrated.
Yes.
He is actually very good. Let's go across the Jags side.
I'm starting him over Evan Ingram.
Really?
Yes.
Vance?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I'd do that. Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's just because... Oh, okay. All right. No, fair enough. Yeah. Nice. All right. Jags. They're 3-6 and they're bottom of the AFC South. The question I wrote was, what happened?
No. I don't start one.
What happened?
Maybe two.
Oh, I reckon actually one. So Blake Bortles, coming off a nice game, but no.
Yeah, I can't start. I couldn't
Leonard Fournette, yes.
Yes.
Steelers D's good, but if you have Fournette, you've actually been itching to damn well play him. Starting with confidence now.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, no, because you've got to start him sometime. You're getting come on.
Yeah, mate, I have no problem with you saying start him.
Yeah.
I have the problem with the confidence at the end of it.
I know, well.
Because our mate at Memphis,
yes,
at Dynasty Warzone, tweeted out.
Hey, Randy.
Randers, how are you, bud? Some questions this week about, now what was it on? Trading, I think it was.
Okay. Yes, it was. Yes.
And I put in, one of the players I put in was Leonard. Do you trade away Leonard Fournette? And I said, I only own him in one league, and it was like, do I want to see what he did last week and then sit down and worry the fact that he's going to turn up next week and his hamstring's not bung?
Right.
And that's what you're doing every week with him.
Yes, very true.
And when you're missing 6 games with a hammy, and as I said, when he did his hammy, he grabbed the top of his hamstring near his ass. The worst play. That's Sean Lee's gone for the rest of the year.
And you know what they say, G? The best ability is...
To have some ability?
Availability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was always available to play sports, but my ability wasn't that good. Some of them.
Carlos Hyde, sadly, his value has gone down the absolute toilet. He's a handcuff to Fournette.
Yep.
And nothing else.
No.
So you don't play him.
Goodbye.
TJ Yeldon, no.
No.
His receiving skills might get him a few touches, but no.
They're not going to throw the ball to him when they're just handing it off to Fournette.
Exactly. Keelan Cole, sadly, not being used much. Hard to start him.
Nope.
DD, sort of the same. Dante Moncrief.
Someone I've got to mention last week.
Yeah.
My fault. Sorry.
Who's that?
Dante Moncrief.
Oh, okay. He started to get it together. He's still an inconsistent option, though.
No, he's about the only one I'd start out of the wide receivers.
And it is kind of a solid matchup for wide receivers.
Because of the area in which he works.
Yes, correct. Jags got all sorts of problems at tight end. James O'Shaughnessy is the current starting tight end, and I don't know if even really Tep works.
No, he doesn't. No.
Okay,
all right. Ravens, Bengals. So we'll go to the Ravens side first. And could we see, this is the beginning, the end of one career?
Oh, no.
Not the end of a career, but the end of a career at the club, at the team, and the start of another one.
No.
Don't tell me he's starting.
RG3 starting, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yes. I believe so.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't think Lamar's starting.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, look,
that's all right. We have RG3. We picked him up in the league.
Yeah, we did.
Hey.
I don't know that for 100% certain.
I don't think anybody knows who he's starting at the moment. So that's just that's a shame. I wouldn't mind seeing what Lamar Jackson can do. But, yeah, they need something, don't they? 4 and 5. They need a spark. Is RG3 the spark? Maybe if you're 4 and 5. So what happens? Okay, RG3 starts this week. They go down and they're 4 and 6. Do you say, okay, RG3, thanks very much, but we need to see what we have in Lamar Jackson, or do we just wait till next year and roll him out when he's had the whole preseason as going to be the starter?
Exactly, like Mahomes, like they did with Mahomes, which is a good model.
Yep, very good model. Okay, Alex Collins. Well, Mate, if you're not trusting your quarterback, who are you going to give the ball to?
Yeah.
Who are you going to call? Alex Collins.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work. I'm trying to think how the music goes. I can't remember it in my head. Yeah, so, and they don't really... Who else are going to give the ball to? Javorius Allen? No. Okay, let's look at the wide receiver. We have Willie Snead, who's been trending up, I'd say. In the last 5 weeks, he leads the team with 43 targets.
Yeah.
Just behind him is Crabtree with 42 and John Brown with 37. The only thing going for John Brown is he's just that one catch sort of upside, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And now with the quarterback there, that connection easily could have disappeared.
Of course.
At tight ends, mate, they got 3 of them. If you can work out which one they're going to throw the ball to, you're a better man than I am.
Good luck.
So I couldn't start any of them. On the other side of the ball, we got the Bengals. Now, Hugh Jackson.
What a great
Is he going to turn around for the Bengals? Hey? On defense, with Terrell Austin has gone.
Yes.
The scapegoat. Another scapegoat for Marvin Lewis.
Yeah. Gets his buddy in.
Do you know who Marvin Lewis reminds me of when this happens every day they get rid of someone? Is, the scene from Waterboy with the Fonz, Henry Winkler, when they're talking. I can't remember what they're talking about. You see him sort of like slowly walk backwards and hides in the back of the crowd.
Right.
Sort of disappears. That's what Marvin Lewis does, I think. So anyway, Andy Dalton, number 18 quarterback. That the Ravens in the last 4 weeks have only given up 736 yards and 6 TDs and 24, which sounds like a lot.
Does.
But you have to take into account that they've given away a few rushing TDs and yards, and that props that number up. If you look at their numbers as in passing, not as in rushing, they're pretty much around the same areas the Broncos and the Jags, who are around about 16 and 18 fantasy points per week. So they're sort of more in that realm. So Andy Dalton, you're going to roll him out this week? I probably can't do that against the Ravens.
Depends
personally.
who you have or don't have. Yeah.
Joe Mixon, he's a start, but it's going to be tough sledding this week, I think, against that Ravens D.
He's a bit gimpy, though, I think.
Yeah, he only had 11 carries last week and 2 catches versus the Saints.
Yep.
Joe Bernard, I don't even have him on any rosters, and I'm not worried about not having him either. Tyler Boyd saw equal first lowest targets last week, and that's with no AJ Green.
He needs AJ Green.
He does need AJ Green.
Yeah.
I agreed. So you're going to start him? Yeah, you probably start him as a third wide receiver this week or a flex spot. John Ross, mate, divine intervention, mate. If you put him in your team, you better put some good knee pads on and get down to your local church and pray your goddamn heart out. And OJ Azuma is questionable for week 11, had limited practice this week, and he's sort of a for me.
Yeah, no. Okay. This is my last one.
Yes, I got one more.
You got one more too. Texans at Redskins. The Texans are 6-3 and atop the AFC South. Just quietly, this is a really good game from matchup perspective. We've got 2 division-leading teams. So the Texans are 6-3. I wrote down, could we see the Texans playing in Kansas City in January? Maybe.
I think it's going to be a bit harder now without someone like, it sounds silly, but without like Will Fuller.
Oh, that doesn't sound silly at all. Deshaun Watson, though, is coming on. He continues to produce. He faces a D that can be thrown on, and it's going to be a good game, numbers-wise. Lamar Miller coming off a rough game. This is a strong run D. I'd look at other options. A bit of I wrote stock watch. Donta Foreman.
Ooh.
He's been activated from the pup. He had an Achilles injury last season.
Yeah, he tore it.
Yes. So he's been activated.
It's a nice TD ran too.
Oh, that one? Yeah. Just before
that one? Bang, gone.
Bang.
Okay.
DeAndre Hopkins, well, no kidding. Demaryius Thomas, now, yes, I reckon he's a yes. He's had a bye week to get further up to speed. I reckon he's flex-worthy. Kiki Kuti, still battling an injured hammy. Even if you can return, I think it's probably safer not to actually play him if you can avoid it.
Bad hammies on guys that rely on running Make me nervous.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go to the Redskins. Surprisingly, 6-3 and atop the NFC East.
It's unbelievable.
And the question I wrote was, how are the Redskins 6-3?
I don't know. With Alex Collins, with Alex Smith, it's just like, oh my God.
And then beside Alex Smith's name, I wrote, can you explain to me how the Redskins are 6-3? How?
I seriously don't know. And look, Adrian Peterson's having a good year, but he's not having a Gordon year or
Zeke year.
A Zeke year or a Gurley year.
No,
you know? I don't know. The defense has been good.
Alex Smith hasn't been playing that well.
It's hard
I don't understand.
Hard to play well when you throw the ball 5.3 yards average. Throw.
So Alex Smith is a no. Adrian Peterson is a yes. It's a tough run D, but hey, the guy is just like, you've got to start him. The way he's playing, got to start him. Chris Thompson, don't know if he's going to go. Injured ribs. They're no joke. Even if he sees the field.
How many games he missed now?
I wouldn't start him. Not till he's better.
It must be at least 5.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Maybe 6.
It could be. Now, this is a desperation flex, but if Thompson is out, Capri Bibbs, Capri Bibbs hasn't done badly in Thompson's absence. It's a desperation flex. Jamison Crowder, he's battling an injured ankle.
He's missed as many weeks as Thompson has.
Yes, and it's kind of created a bit of an opportunity for Josh Doxson. He's coming off a solid game. I don't feel great about starting him, but if you were desperate...
Not with any confidence.
No.
If you lack confidence, he's your guy.
That's funny. Maurice Harris, same boat. You know, that's a total risk.
PPR probably, more so than standard.
Jordan Reed...
Oh, no, you can't. You can't. Mate, if you're happy with, I suppose you have with tight end. If you're happy with like 3 to 5 points every week, Jordan Reed is your guy. He's getting like 30 to 50 yards every week, and that's it.
Yeah, but this is the thing that I don't understand, right?
Because he can't run too far down the field because Alex Smith doesn't see that far down.
I know, but get this, right? So Chris Thompson...
He probably leads in targets too.
Chris Thompson probably injured and out. Jamison Crowder probably out.
But they've been out, like I said, for probably 5 weeks. So
there's not much of an offense here. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably more likely to start Vernon Davis.
Yeah, but he hasn't really been targeted at all. So
it's just like, how are you moving the ball?
Exactly. Anyway, your last one.
Last one, the big one, Rams and Chiefs.
Oh.
The move game from Mexico to LA. On the Rams side, Goff start, Gurley start, Wood start, Cook start, Josh Reynolds, probably put him in the flex.
Yeah.
Everett, Higbee, pick your poison. Chiefs side, Mayhem start, Hunt start, Spencer Ware, not yet, but coming. The Freak start, Watkins, if healthy, you start him. Kelsey start.
Done. Man, start them all.
That's it. Yes.
It's going to be a party in LA.
Well, that's what Vegas is telling us, and that's the party place.
Yeah. Alrighty. Now, we've been going a long time, but we did have a...
Have we? Sorry,
yeah, we have. Doesn't matter. We did have a segment that we were going to talk... I sort of flagged it at the beginning. We're going to talk about hot seat coaches.
Okay.
Hot seat coaches.
You're fired. And in case your ears are fucked, get the fuck out!
Well, why don't you tell me who you've got, G? I've probably got the same ones. Go.
I've got a few.
Yes.
Okay, these are the ones that I haven't... We're going to pick 3. We're going to talk about 3 in particular, but I'm going to... These are the other ones that are on the hot seat. On top of the 3 they've already written down. That's Vance Joseph.
Yes.
Look, Elway took a really good look at him, firing him after his first year at 5-11, and now he's at 3-6. So pretty much, yes.
Goodbye.
Dirk Cotter.
Yes.
At the Bucks. Went from OC to Heat C in 2006. Started at 9-7, then went 5-11, and so far is at 3-6.
And almost again got fired in the off season.
Yeah, and again, it's just another guy that just had a failure to extract any consistency performance out of Winston.
Correct.
Jay Gruden.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
And I also put down here, could the acquisition of Alex Smith be one of the factors in getting the arse?
But they're 6-3.
They are 6-3. They've gone 4-12, 9-7, 8-7, 7-9, and now 6-3.
And
so
they're top of the division.
He's got a 34, 38, and 1 record.
Yep.
He's under 500%.
Okay.
Under 500%. Under 500.
Yep. Oh, I think
I'm just putting it out there. If the season starts to fall apart,
I think he's safer than some.
okay. Todd Bowles
Yep. There's
won
some.
10 games in his first season, only won 10 games since. Here's another one. John Harbaugh,
Now,
the 2012 Super Bowl winning HC.
I reckon he's safe.
You reckon he's safe?
Yeah, they're not going to get rid of
Steve
Tom.
Prikosi admitted he considered firing him in the off-season, early in the off-season.
That's nuts. That's crazy talk. If John Harbaugh
Maybe a
gets
change at QB
fired,
might help him.
maybe.
Okay.
You know how many teams would be in the
Yeah.
competition
I'm
to pick
just,
that man?
I'm just throwing these ones out there. Okay?
Hottest guy on the market he would be.
Adam Gase.
Oh, yes.
He's put together an offense of no one. Basically, hasn't he?
Some of the
So
decisions
the owner,
have been
Steve Ross, might just turn
questionable.
around and say thanks for your time. But,
Yes, maybe.
you know.
Yep, maybe.
And if, look, they're doing okay at the moment, but let's face it, they had a good start of the season, but they're not going to make the playoffs. And the other one, first season boy, Matt Patricia.
Oh, yep.
Mate, the whole team has gone backwards.
Yes.
Most importantly, Matt Stafford.
Yes.
As I said, mate, he had those 2 or 3 seasons prior where he really turned that sort of, quarterback, just hail it in there and hope for the best.
Yep.
Showed much more restraint. He's got a run game with Kerryon Johnson that he has no idea how to use.
Yep.
Tate's gone.
I don't understand the tape move at all.
And the other one might be Steve Wilkes. Could we have two
Wilkes, yeah.
2 first-year coaches getting the arse? But, maybe Steve Wilkes. He's got a rookie quarterback. He's got a rookie number 2 wide receiver. And now they've just worked out how to use,
Now
as you spoke about.
I want to
Johnson.
mention a
Okay.
guy that you've got there.
Okay, you go.
Mike McCarthy.
Yes.
The game today.
I haven't seen the game today, but they lost.
Questionable
And that's-
decision at the end again.
Oh, was there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get that.
Well, basically, they were 4th and 2. I mean, the Packers you're coming up to 2-minute.
Mate, 4th and 2. Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback.
Correct. So
please.
instead, they punt, give it back to Seattle. Seattle basically kneel on it because the Packers didn't have any timeouts.
Yep.
Oh, I believe there was because they burned all their timeouts and there was a questionable reception by Tyler Lockett, but they couldn't challenge it.
Yep.
So a few things.
As Aaron Rodgers, do you not turn around and goes 4 and 2 and they say no, off, and he just turns around and goes no, we're not,
not going off.
not going off.
Yeah.
I'll carry this one.
Yeah. Just audible. Stay out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Ooh.
Or does he go, nah, screw it. I'll go off. This could get him the arse. I'll go off. Yep, no worries. We'll punt it away.
You know, I have a feeling that
because they don't get on.
I have a feeling I heard a story from the Brett Favre era in Green Bay where something similar happened. And who was the coach? Oh, I can't remember now. But there was a thing where Favre just decided that he was going to stay out there. Like whoever it was called him off.
Yep.
And he was like, nah. And they just stayed out there. They ran a play.
I'm trying to think. It wasn't Mike Holmgren, was it?
Yes, Holmgren. It was Holmgren.
Okay.
And they were telling a story. This was at the Hall of Fame induction. And you could laugh about it now.
Yep.
But it came off like he got the first down, but Favre was just like, nah, we're doing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I like that. And you wear it.
Yeah.
You put your hand up and say that was my call. And
Precisely.
I
Yeah.
wear it. But yeah, you look at Mike McCarthy. Probably the only thing the thing working for him at the moment is, well, not at the moment, but it always has been the fact that they don't have an owner.
Yeah, true.
It's a board putting together.
Yep.
So you've got the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yep.
You've only won 1 Super Bowl in 12 years.
Correct.
This is his 13th year.
Yep.
He's got 8 losses in the playoffs. Everybody talks about Marvin Lewis. Here's another one. 8 losses in playoffs. He's got a winning percentage just hovering about above 500.
Yes.
With Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Now we know about the risk between Rodgers and him. They've been public.
Yep.
Like, it's what they say. It's the way that they say and what they say, which has a hidden meaning to it.
Oh, yeah.
The offense is stale. It's mouldy.
Yes.
We had Brady come out this year already and said that if he played in New England, he'd throw 7,000 yards a year.
Yeah.
And let's face it, mate, if it wasn't for Rodgers, you take Rodgers away, and it's already been shown when the scenes that he's missed that they're a basket case.
Yeah.
Without him. So it's going to get to the point where we have one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and we can't win because we're wasting away, and eventually it's got to. Someone's got to wake up and go, oh my God, it's Mike McCarthy.
There's a litany of things that you could write down that he's done to lose games, essentially. Now, let's go to Twitter questions. There's a few related to that.
Okay.
Oh, did you want to mention another one?
Oh, do you want to do? We'll just go through the other ones. I've got a couple down here.
Oh, really? Go.
Marvin Lewis, the other one in the Bengals.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
Now, the consensus is that Mike Brown won't sack somebody that he's paying. He's not going to give him free money. Right. But he's got one more year left. He signed a 2-year extension, and that goes to the end of 2019. Okay. Mate, this is just cut to a point where you just got to go, my God, mate, we just can't put up with this mediocrity anymore. No. So I know Mike Brown likes to make money. He's making money no matter what the Bengals do because they're always sort of thereabouts, aren't they? Yeah. You know? But he's got a 0-7 record in the playoffs.
And the fans are very loyal.
Mate, 7 wildcard games under Lewis, and they haven't won one.
Yep.
And the highest score in any of those playoff games is 17. Mate, it's unbelievable. And he's had the job since January 14th, 2003. His record there is 129, 122, 3 ties, and he's just batting above 500.
Yes.
Now, the last one I have of the 3 is Jason Garrett. Now, replaced Wade Phillips as the interim coach in 2010. He's had it since then. He's had 2 playoff berths, 1 victory. He was coach of the year 2016, believe it or not.
Wow.
Now, from 2011, the first full season, he's gone 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 12-4, 4-12.
Ooh.
Then they had the year Zeke and Prescott year.
Yes.
The 2 rookies. They went 13-3.
Yep.
Then they went 9-7, and they're 4-5 this season. Now, in every year, I think besides possibly the year, even possibly one of those years, I couldn't find. I remember reading this. The offensive yardage, or everything has gone backwards on offense.
Yes,
every year. So if they miss the playoffs this year, mate, I don't think you might be seeing Jerry and Stephen look around like, say, Sean McVay, these young innovative coaches that are willing to put the balls on the line and do something a little bit different. Looking, man, that's what we need here. We got Zeke.
Correct.
We got a quarterback that's mobile.
Yep.
Now we've gone and picked up Amari Cooper. We could probably add a few more pieces. Michael Gallup, we don't know yet, but shows some good signs.
Yep.
Cole Beasley, whatever you want to say. Cole Beasley is he a poor man's, sort of, who am I thinking of? New England. Quick, help me out.
Edelman.
Oh, thank you very much. It scared me. He's not a poor man's Edelman. He's behind Edelman, but very similar.
Yeah.
Very reliable. So we got someone, we have an offensive line.
Yes.
So, yeah, they might be thinking, mate, we just got to go out and get a few people.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
And I tell you what would probably most annoy Jerry is the fact that they beat teams that people don't think they can beat, and then they go and roll over and put their legs in the air and tickle me on the tummy and submit to teams that they should walk over.
Yes.
And that must be so frustrating as an owner.
Yeah. Oh, my word.
So there we go.
All right.
Coach is dumb.
Twitter questions. And just leading on from coaches and Mike McCarthy, because I put Mike McCarthy in the tweet that I sent out. We had a few responses. So from Andrew, who said, hey, Andrew, he said, I said, Mike McCarthy should be fired. And he said, bloody oath he should be. Ironic that play calling at CenturyLink was a major factor in the 2014 NFC Championship loss also. I mean, there's lots. You could write a massive list at this stage. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? From Abe Froman. Hey, Abe. He says, does the owner go to the college ranks? Well, as we said, there's no owner.
Where?
Green Bay.
No.
But anyway, does the board go to the college ranks to replace McCarthy, such as Clemson head coach Swinney? I think that's kind of trendy to, and as you said, the Sean McVay, it's not really an experiment anymore. It's a booming success.
Yeah, I'll give you a few other coaches probably to look at in the college system. So we've got Lincoln Riley.
Yeah,
he's the Oklahoma Sooners coach. Now he's in his second year. He took him to 12-2 last year with Baker Mayfield, and the offense was just firing. Absolutely firing. He's 9-1 already this year.
Wow.
So he's a really offensive minded coach, and he's turned the Sooners into this explosive offense. And look, NFL teams have already reached out to pick his brain last year, according to ESPN's college football analyst Kurt Herbstreit. Is that right? Herbstreit?
Herbstreit, I think.
Yeah, sorry if I pronounce you right, but he's not listening, so it doesn't really matter. So there's one guy to have a look at.
Yeah.
Look, he's only in his second year. Mate, he's on a salary of $4.8 million. That's not bad, is it, college coach?
Gee.
Another one is Stanford's David Shaw, who used to be a quality control assistant at the Eagles, Raiders, and the Ravens. Now, under him, Stanford have won the Pac-12 North 5 times and the whole conference 3 times. And Stanford runs a pro-style offense there,
right,
under him, and they reckon he's a really switched-on guy, not only offense but also defense, but not just play calling, but like the whole structure of the football
team,
the whole team, everything, not just everything, organisation,
yes,
there at Stanford. So he's another one to look at, mate. Jim Harbaugh. Is there a chance? Is there a chance? Michigan, mate, he's never been any longer than 4 years. He's in his 4th year at Michigan this year. Outstays his welcome. So there's a possibility. And the last guy on my list I've got here is Chris Peterson, the Washington Huskies. Teams have already done the homework on him. And Daniel Jeremiah of NFL.com did a poll. He polled 5 NFL executives. 2 of them singled out Peterson.
Really?
Turned Boise State into a powerhouse.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a couple of how many is that? 4?
Yeah, nice on the research there, G2.
Thank you.
From Dylan, hey Dylan, he says, imagine how many rings Rodgers would have if he had a decent coach, which is kind of something we were talking about before. Rodgers, sort of the clock is ticking, tick,
it
tick,
is.
tick, 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 tick. From Jono, hey Jono, but when should he be fired? He asks.
Pretty much today was whoever lost today was pretty much done, wasn't it? It's close to getting done.
Oh, close, yeah, close.
I think I'd be wrong. I might be wrong in saying that. I think now you start to rely now on other teams.
Oh, do you? And you pretty much got to win out.
Yeah,
yeah,
and possibly rely on other teams falling over or something happening.
Okay, fair enough.
So when do you fire him?
Yeah,
mate. If your season's over, your season's over
right away.
Yeah. Just look, mate, they're not doing well with him.
No.
Just give him the arse.
Yeah.
Just do it now.
Yeah, I agree.
See you later. Bye.
From Neil. Hey Neil, what is Baltimore's plan at quarterback?
We just discussed that. I thought Lamar Jackson might be starting, but
I think
AJ's
it's RG3.
poo-pooed me.
Yeah, I think it's RG3.
Okay.
I think.
Mate, I don't mind seeing that either, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. From Rebecca Hain. Hey, Beck.
She wants us to talk about the Saints?
Yes. No, but she did ask, because I said...
Could be very hard for Falcon fans to take the fact that the Saints are coming in to play the Super Bowl in their building.
Yeah. Oh, talk about salt in the wounds.
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh, that's
hard. It is hard.
Do you think someone will hit the breakers and just turn all the lights off?
Oh, it's godless, I'd say. Just don't let him in.
She did ask a question which was a good one, apart from just how good are the Saints. Do you think Eli Apple can genuinely turn his career around long-term with the Saints? So they got him in trade from the Giants. I know that Giants fans and the organisation were really down on Eli Apple, but I actually looked up his PFF ranking, and he's sort of average. He's sort of average. And he's doing all right over at the Saints. I mean, he's playing opposite Marshawn Lattimore.
Which helps.
Does it help? Because it means he's getting a lot of attention. So I don't know if it helps, really.
Yeah, I can see it from that point of view, yes.
It makes it hard because you could be the scapegoat.
Well, you're going to get found out then, aren't you?
Correct. But actually, he's doing all right.
Okay.
And I don't know.
His mum's not still on Twitter, is she?
Don't know. I'm genuinely 50-50 on it. I reckon
she probably shut up pretty quick, didn't she?
Yeah. I reckon he could turn his career around. I reckon he really could.
Okay.
So we'll just have to see.
Like Malcolm Butler has?
Malcolm Butler turned his career around the wrong way.
Now people say throw the ball to Malcolm Butler.
That's right. Yeah, that's a little bit sad. And basically, that's it.
Great.
Yeah, Rod sent us I must confess, Rod, I haven't had a chance to listen. He sent us apparently it's like a thing from, let's see, Miami football team rap. It's apparently got Greg Olson singing in it.
Okay.
So I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I'm sorry, Rod. I'll have to listen for next time and see and give you our 2 cents. But anyway, that is it, G. That is it. And it's kind of a long one again, but...
Just get it out.
We're covering all the games, and look, it doesn't matter. If it's too long, just turn it off.
Yes.
Whatever. You know.
I do.
What are we going to do? We're bringing the quality, hopefully. Bringing the quality, or bringing the quantity at least.
Well, you're making it long by just yabbing on.
Yeah, I am, true.
Finish it
all right,
off.
I'll finish it off. So anyway, thanks for listening. As I always say, hope your fantasy teams are doing well. Appreciate you tuning in and sending questions and everything. Yep. Always do. And on behalf of G and myself, have a good week. Catch you next time.